I bid you welcome. I am a little goblin who likes to do makeup, and today we're going to do a spring goth look. It's going to use traditional goth style with a little spring twist. So let's get into it. I recently finished the first book in the Red Rising series, so a little bit of a spoiler, even though it's been out since 2014. I just like to throw that out there. And I really enjoy Pierce Brown's work, but at the same time, like it feels like it was written like a manga or an anime. And I don't know if it's just me or maybe I've been watching. Ooh, too much anime or something like that, but each chapter just feels like a different episode. It's got these great build-ups, and at the end there's always like some big shocker and reveal that makes you want to keep reading, basically. And I don't know, I like it, but at the same time I wish it wasn't so like spoiler, or not spoiler, but jumpy thing, you know what I mean? Like the story progressed a little bit more naturally like a book, but maybe that's just like old lady complaints or something. I don't know. One thing that actually got to me when I first started reading the story is I don't think, personally, and this might be horrible of me to say, but I don't think that I was given enough time to really care about like Io as a person and like her martyrdom. Like I almost felt that part of the story should have been a little bit longer. Like they weren't married for super long, and he even says that like he was out there or in the institute for longer than they were married and stuff like that. And like it just didn't touch me personally as a pivotal moment. And so every time he brings it up and he's like, I think of Io, I'm just like, I get it. Okay. Like, man, like I didn't know her for that long. I almost wish he went in further and had them spend a little bit more time on Mars in that way. But that's just my personal gripe. If you happen to have read the books and you feel differently, feel free to let me know down below. We can chit chat about it. Maybe I missed it, but I personally feel like later on in the series, the people that contacted Darrow and like his uncle and everything, maybe they don't care that much and they have more nefarious purposes for it all, but it will all be revealed in some anime-esque fashion, I'm sure. Really enjoy the caste system that he has created within that world. How the lower reds had no idea about any of that. That was a huge moment for me. I was like, oh, that's dirty. But I like it as a whole because it sets it up for something bigger in the future. And I like the distinction between like greens, pinks, purples, and things of that nature. I think it adds like fun sides to the story and different dichotomies with different characters that you meet and stuff of that nature. I think it opens it up a little bit because I haven't noticed a lot of like races in there. So I'm assuming it all comes down to that. And I'm talking like elves and, you know, like uh Jadoons. I think that's how you pronounce it from Doctor Who. Anyway, um yeah, I haven't seen many of that, so maybe that will happen as we delve into the second book and we leave the Institute a little bit. But either way, I definitely enjoyed the time in the Institute. Sometimes I feel like the author goes into like such deep descriptions in areas where I don't really find it necessary, and then doesn't give me enough in other areas. And I don't know, maybe that's just me, but Darrow is a little emo, and the way that we are constantly pulled in talking about EO every 5 seconds and I miss the mines and all sorts of stuff like that, it's just like, oh, good God, man. Sometimes it just gets to me, but I feel like he's supposed to have this dichotomy as a character to show some sort of growth, and at the same time, like, God, Darrow, thou art a little bitch. Sorry. I try not to curse so much in front of the camera, Not for any other reason than I just feel like maybe it makes me sound some type of way. I don't know. I sound worse than you could imagine off camera, so I'm not fooling anybody over here. This looks absolutely terrifying too, and I'm so sorry that this is what we're building off of, but like I also find that sometimes due to the writing style and how much time is spent with like Darrow's introspection and everything like that, that I'm missing out on like forming deep connections with most of the characters that are in there. And I realize that most of them die, but like, am I supposed to care about that death? Or is it just supposed to be like, ah, yes, this is how it is. They were weak. Like, am I supposed to adopt the same thinking as the Golds? Or like, I don't know. What is the purpose there? Although it does kind of suck when I started reading about it a little bit online. I came to find out that my favorite character, a lot of other people don't enjoy him, especially after the first book. And Severo, whom I would die for, by the way, is perfect. He's just the perfect little dichotomy of what a red gold could be. And I just love that they call him a little goblin, and so he becomes something akin to that and adopts these like war tactics and practices that the golds would think is beneath them or like something they would never even think about. And I love that. Like, your Prince Charming rides in on a horse, mine is hiding in the dead carcass. Yeah. That sounds a little concerning, but if you've read the book, you know what I mean. It's really great how they throw those battle scenes in there, and I'm just led to like the smells and stuff like that when he was trudging through the latrines and everything. Oh, such a good part of the book. I really did enjoy it. I have like minor gripes with it, but those are just me being a little bit nitpicky. Nothing like, I would never read it again. I have 6 more books to go, and I'm very invested. I know that most of it is based off of like Romans and everything like that, but I personally was getting Major Orlesian vibes from the Golds. And if you don't know, the Orlesians are basically 18th century French from Dragon Age. They got this high fashion, this aristocracy, and then it's just nasty deception on the inside. And that's exactly what I get from the Golds. Especially towards the end there when you discover that who Severo's dad is. God, it does have some very good twists in it and everything like that. It feels like an anime, and I would love to see it done in like a animation style at some point. I think it would do much better than a live action movie, but that's just me. I don't even know who you would get to play Darrow. I don't even know. I was discussing that with somebody the other day, who they would cast as who, and I haven't put that much thought into it because I would just like to see it done as an anime. Give it to somebody who's got really, really good work and really, really good art out there and see what they can do with it. Oh, I wish I could remember. There was this one, I think it was almost like a spoof anime of Dragon Ball back in the day, but it was just these giant buff guys like trying to make it up this pyramid. And if I can find it in editing, I'll put the name of it over here. But that show was wild. It used to drive me nuts, and I'm completely off topic here, and my ADHD rules my life. So I'm sorry you have to be here to witness that with me every video. I lose it comes back around. It's like a little ADHD wheel. I'll hit a point and then it'll go. And when it comes back around, nobody knows. It just will, and probably not when I want it to. I am looking forward to hopefully in the next couple of books getting to witness the downfall of the Gold Society and Darrow actually doing something that doesn't annoy me. It's rare that I have beef with a main character in a story, and to be honest with you, like Darrow is just so annoying sometimes, and it gets to me. I'm like, I don't know if you're supposed to be annoying or if I'm just annoyed, but either way, sir, like there's a problem here. Like that stunt he pulled with Cassius, where he allowed him to just brutalize that man to death instead of any form of justice. Oh, that made me so mad. Like, how are you supposed to be a leader or a main character that I like when I could probably do this job better than you? No, I probably could. But it gets to me. And then with the addition of Mustang and everything, it's like, sir, I thought you loved your wife so much. What are we doing here? What are we doing? Because I know that like she's supposed to be a distraction, so I don't fault her for it or anything, but like Darrow, my young guy, my dude, you know deep down that you're not supposed to have like feelings for these people, and I know it's going to be hard. There's a job to do. And maybe deep down he's going to fool me by being like, shh, I had like something really cool in mind. Maybe he won't. I don't know. I'm looking forward to finding out though. I like this story, and I don't know. I'm a sucker for sci-fi. When it was given to me, I didn't have super high hopes for it just because I'm always iffy about books like that aren't like trashy and from the 80s. And it's just because I don't want it to be full of, like, I hate unnecessary romance and drama and garbage in stories, and I feel like most of the time it's just lazy writing, but these people just eat it up and they can't get enough of it, and I just get annoyed. I'm a little elitist who hates it. That's what it sounds like. But I'm kind of picky, but also not really picky, I guess. I don't know. But trying to make it look like little flowers down here. I don't know if it's even coming across that well. But I didn't want to just do like a black neck. I figured since I'm doing blues and greens for spring, I might try and hide like some spring themes down here in my little traditional gothness. Yeah, you can kind of see they look like little bushes. It'll look better once I add some liquids to it and everything. I mix my wets and my dries on my face. Ah, thanks for letting me rant about my story. I definitely enjoy it. I'm sorry that it seems like I have so many bad things to say. I'm not. I'm just trying to be critical in such a way that sets myself up for the next couple of books to either expect these things or expect them to be altered and get some sort of resolution with them at some point. Because he's just constantly like, yeah, I'm the best. Oh, I've been punched down. No, I'm the best. And I just want him to win a little bit and make good decisions. Darrow, I want you to be smart man. Please. Please. I also hope at some point this man stops yearning for the mines so much. I have never seen someone complain or miss being in like a terrible position so much. I don't know. I feel like he's much better off attempting what he's trying to do with them, but at the same time, we it remains to be seen. I hope it doesn't go some way of like Dune where he becomes the emperor and then is like cast out or like he is his own downfall because that would just irritate me. And I'm attempting to make these look like little flower petals instead of butterfly wings. There we go. I'm definitely looking forward to Sephora being a menace to the galaxy, hopefully, in the next couple of books. I don't know how big of a part he'll play, probably not much. But if they kill him off, I will die. And if you know what happens, don't you tell me. And I know I said, oh, no spoilers because it's been out forever, but like, don't do me like that, please. There we go. It's a nice place for us to start with here. Now here's hoping I can do the same thing over here without having to mess up. Yeah, lots of quick movements. Fast. without messing up the rest of my undercoating here. Me undercarriage. I really enjoyed the names that they gave to them at the Institute as well. Darrow being the Reaper because of his scythe and everything like that. I thought that that was really neat. It kind of added to his character, his mystery, and everything within the Institute. But when it came to the Jackal, that was one of the most disappointing like arcs or like confrontations in the entire book to me. He was led up to be this like like I was picturing Hannibal in my head, like this man eats people, he's crazy, he just does it for the fun of it, like he's got his own moral code, you know, what have you. And as it turns out, like he was forced into that situation and his sister brings him in and he's an even bigger little baby than Darrow is, which is really hard to do, I might say. But it just killed me. I was expecting like this long, drawn out battle or something crazy to happen. And yeah, we lost Titus, but I don't know. I don't know. It just felt kind of like a letdown to me. But maybe that was just me. I keep saying that like I'm not allowed to have my own opinion or anything, but sometimes I just feel like I'm being overly judgmental for some reason. I don't know. He's a new author to me, so I don't want to like tear him up too much as I am actually invested and enjoying the story. I have every book except for the very last one, the one that came out in like 2023 or something, which is neat. I didn't realize that I had been missing them. They had been coming out in like I don't know, a couple of years after I was done with high school and everything like that. Maybe I was just too busy working at the Walmart. Either way, it's a good book series. I could have sat down and done like an actual like, hey, we'll do a Lovelace in literature thing, but I think I'll save that for a more in-depth like breakdown of the series if anyone's interested as I work my way through. And you'll probably get it whether or not you're interested because that's just how I am. All right. Instead of taking a lighter color, I ended up going back around with black and going lightly over the dark green. And I think it accentuates it enough that it looks really like it pops. It looks really well put together like this. I like all the different colors of green. They look more like leaves, but far away like this, they look like butterfly wings. So take it as you will. But I did add little thornies to my little flower vine there. Some lighter green up top. I think it's coming together really well. As I've been ranting over here about Red Rising the whole time. It is a good series. I just have mini gripes and a beef with the main character. Darrow, you better get it together next book or we're gonna have some words, mister. I really hope that he doesn't become too distracted by Mustang and allows himself to like be found out or be captured or something like that so early on in the book. That'll make me so mad. Give me like 2 more books and then do that because I expect it out of him now. I don't want to expect it out of him, if that makes any sort of sense at all. I just really want to see him grow as a character and stop constantly being like, I yearn for the mines. Well, maybe when you rule the galaxy, you can go do that again. I did like that they called them little hell divers. Makes me think of the game. Could you imagine if that was in their universe? That would be pretty neat. Like a little crossover. I don't know that the universe of the Golds and Red Rising could handle that sort of chaos, though. It'd be pretty neat. There was a point in time when reading the books too, that I had told myself it would be pretty funny if EO ended up being alive, but I don't think that would be a possible twist. That would still be pretty brutal. One side is a little bit farther over than the other. All right. Go big or go home, they say. And this is the final look. I've got my hair all teased up and I'm serving some spring goth realness. Got some chains and bows in my hair, my nice lacy top, my handmade walking cane here, complete with my nice little pencil skirt and some chunky boots to try and avoid the mud. I do have a throw for when I inevitably get cold and end up needing a jacket out there, but thank you for letting me rant and rave about Red Rising. It was very cathartic. Feel free to subscribe if you want to see more looks like this one. Like, comment, do all the things, but the most important thing, stay well, stay hydrated, and stay chaotic. Bye!